Hello, McFluffy52 here, bringing you some more Brothers War action. Today, I'm bringing you a pretty cursed deck list because it involves Sheoldred. Um, the deck is really centered around Sheoldred's ability here, where whenever you draw a card, you gain 2 life, opponent draws a card, they lose 2 life. And I just wanted to play this card in combination with 2 other cards that seem pretty bad normally, or the effects they give are pretty bad normally. Loran with a third path. It's 2 generic, 1 white, 2/1 vigilance, legendary creature, artificer. When it enters the battlefield, destroy up to 1 artifact or enchantment. That's great. The tap ability, where you and target opponent each draw a card, less great. Because that means you're giving your opponent card advantage. I mean, you're drawing a card as well, but the real idea here is using effects like this, where you and target opponent draw a card, in combination with Sheoldred to make that drawing a card good for us, or extra good for us, and not so great for our opponent, because whenever they draw a card, they lose 2 life. Whenever we draw a card, we gain 2 life. Now, there's another card in Standard that also has a very similar phrasing, Love Song of Night and Day. It's a read-ahead saga from Dominaria United, and it says the first saga, or the first chapter, says you and target opponent each draw 2 cards. So that means you gain 2 cards, your opponent gains 2 cards, they lose 4 life, you gain 4 life, which is actually pretty good. Then you get a bird token, and then you can pump up your creatures. Not all that bad. So basically, we're trying to use Sheoldred here to drain our opponent out of the game without ever really having to attack in past whatever crazy board they might come up with. Now, there's another card that works well with Sheoldred, similar to Loran of the Third Path and Love Song of Night and Day. You have Concealing Curtains. I only have 2 copies of them. I didn't really want to bust out a ton of wild cards in this deck, considering I already spent 3 mythics to get a full play set of Sheoldred, but Concealing Curtains, it's a 1 mana, 1 black, 0/4 defender, but you can pay 2 generic and 1 black to transform it, and you can only activate that as a sorcery. Whenever it transforms into Revealing Eye, target opponent reveals their hand, and you may choose a non-land card from it. If you do, that player discards that card and then draws a card. So this is another way to force our opponent into drawing a card. This also works really well because, well, we're forcing our opponent to hopefully discard their best card in their hand. And so this is another way to force our opponent to discard a card, also get extra advantage at the same time. Now, other cards that work well with Sheoldred, anything that draws a card, pretty good. So I put Inspiring Overseer in this deck, draw a card, gain 1 life. When it enters the battlefield, Gurgling Anointer, whenever you draw a second card each turn, put a +1/+1 counter on it. When it dies, return a creature or target creature card with mana value less than or equal to its power from your graveyard to the battlefield. So it can potentially reanimate something. I just put this in here because we're going to also have other draw effects in this deck, such as Evolved Sleeper, where you can pay 1 to make it a 2/2 Human Cleric, pay another 1 generic, 1 black to make it into a Phyrexian Human Cleric, that's a 3/3, and then you can start dumping 3 mana, 2 black, 1 generic, to a +1/+1 counter on it, draw a card, and lose 1 life. So we can start drawing cards through Evolved Sleeper potentially. The fact that you can make it into a death touching creature is also very good when it comes down to blockers, because we don't necessarily have a super strong board presence. We're kind of chumping our way while we're draining them with Sheoldred. Sheoldred gaining us tons of life with all the card draw. Very nice in that regard, so you can kind of get away with chumping. Spirited Companion, obviously, just enters the battlefield, draws a card. Obvious inclusion in anything where you want to be drawing cards. And then I threw Voice of the Blessed in here. Whenever you gain a life, put a +1/+1 counter. As long as it has 4 or more, it gains Flying and Vigilance. As long as it has 10 or more, it has Indestructible, which is really cool. So this card's really cool in life gain decks. And I figured we're going to be gaining a lot of random life here with Sheoldred card draw, and then Inspiring Overseer can just trigger it statically. So, and then we have some extra cards here. We have Go for the Throat, 4 copies of them to remove whatever's a problem on the opponent's board, because we don't really have many good creatures to really block up whatever they come up with. We do have like some enchantment removal here with Loran of the Third Path. So go for the throat, our option there. And then we also included 2 copies of Path of Peril, because Sheoldred is actually a 4 mana, and then some of our other important creatures, or relevant creatures, are 4 mana, and it says destroy all creatures with mana value 2 or less if you cast it for its 1 generic 2 black, but you can also cleave it for 6 to completely destroy all creatures. So just a nice board wipe, clean out like aggro, so I think this would work relatively well against mono red. I played 1 game against mono red with this deck so far, accidentally casted the Path of Peril like earlier than I probably should have, and then faced a beatdown. So definitely might want to hold off until you know the opponent is kind of dropping stuff out. But board wipe also works well with the fact that we're going to be giving them a bunch of cards here, and so if we can remove whatever they come draw into, that's nice. Lastly, a very important piece of this, that I'm really happy I included actually, is Loran's Escape. This is a 1 mana, 1 white, instant instant spell that says target artifact or creature gains hexproof and indestructible till end of turn. Scry 1. So this is our very important protection for Sheoldred, or whatever is relevant at the moment. Just very important that we keep Sheoldred on the battlefield because his deck is so centered around it. But yeah, that's the deck. Oh, I almost forgot Gixian Puppeteer from Brothers War. Amazing card. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, opponent loses 2 life, and you gain 2 life, and then when it dies, you can return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. So this is kind of our makeshift Sheoldred in terms of life drain and card draw related. So yeah, Gixian Puppeteer, pretty good card. Only have 2 copies of them, but I threw them in the deck. And then I threw whatever rare lands I have. And that's the deck. Let's see how we can do in the ranked ladder. I started out with a slightly different brew of the deck, and so hopefully I've managed to tune it into a pretty decent deck here. I got it from a lose-take win rate to a 50% win rate. So let's see what we can do. I just really want to play Sheoldred and then Love Song of Night and Day and watch our opponent lose 4 life while we gain 4 and draw 2. Okay, well this hand's a little cursed, but we'll try it out. Go ahead, turn down this music. I feel like I'd say that, nope. Oh, there we go. Well, I'm playing mono red, so we're really gonna wish that we draw into a black land here. Looks like we will not be drawing into a black land anytime soon, which is unfortunate. Draw into our second board wipe. We only have 2 of these in the deck. We only have 2 Gurgling Anointers in our deck as well. Yeah, you could probably put more of the like tap gain life lands in this deck just because it's probably just a good idea. I'm gonna go ahead and block here. I don't think it makes too much of a difference. Alright, we can now go ahead and play Gurgling Anointer here, I think is what we're gonna want to do. I can block the Phoenix Chick. I think I might try and path, or I might go for the throat. Okay, maybe I should have gone for the throat. I didn't think this through entirely. Well, if we play Inspiring Overseer, we get it to pump up our Gurgling Anointer, so there is some credit, or like something for that. Professional Facebreaker. That is a card that I wanted to sort of make a deck around. Whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, create a treasure token. And then you can also exile the top card of your library by sacrificing a treasure token. Opponent's swinging in here. We're going to go ahead and take down the Phoenix Chick, I think. Hopefully they don't have a kill. Our Gurgling Anointer here with a shock. They might. Opponent ramping quite wildly. Go ahead and do this. Opponent has some instant. Awesome. Now we have a second black land, so we should be able to wipe the board of their other creatures. I'm gonna go ahead and hold up what we have. Also, Gurgling Anointer at this point can return our Spirited Companion, thanks to the +1/+1 counter. Reflection, that is pretty intimidating. Perhaps I just double go for the throat next turn. If I'm able to chump them out here, that might be what I do. Oh no. Okay, we're gonna have to go for the throat that and probably Kiki Jiki. Blows up our Inspiring Overseer. Opponent returning their Phoenix Chick. Go ahead, block. I'm gonna go block this. Oh no. Yeah, I'm definitely have to double go for the throat here, but I don't know if it's enough. Sheoldred is pretty cool, but they might just blow it up. Too bad we don't have like one more turn on us. Do need to get Kiki Jiki, but I think I'm still dead. I should have blocked them. Well, I didn't have two creatures, so I couldn't block. Sheoldred doesn't do me anything. I still think this is one of our best plays. And then Kiki Jiki is probably the next thing that has to go. And then I think we might live in response to that. Depends whether or not they have a burn spell of any kind. If they have a second Phoenix Chick, we're probably going to be in a tough spot. Like, just waiting in their hand, because we could path the peril of the board, but then if they have a Phoenix Chick, we're down to... Okay, now that's fine. Oh. Okay. Phoenix Chick down. Okay, our opponent really holding out their spells there and thinking a little bit harder than they probably need to. All they had to do was play out their entire hand. Mono red, everybody. We kept a pretty slow hand. Alright. Yeah, I think that was ultimately, we kept a kind of slow hand. We had board wipes in our hand, but we just didn't have enough black mana. So there's probably a point to saying and swapping out some of our basics for tap, like dual lands, just to make sure that you don't run into that sort of situation. I know I've ran into the problem of like I want to evolve my, or level up my evolve sweeper and sleeper, and just having not enough mana to do it. Not enough black mana to do it. Caves of Coilers. I'll go ahead and level it up. Playing in. Opponent playing mono blue. Wonder. Alright, well, that's the case. Don't mind if I do. Wolf Sleeper, really good against mono blue. Because you just play a turn one, they can't counter it, and then they have to do something. No. Okay, this is not the same mono blue as Haughty Jin, so that is interesting. We can kill the softer mechanic. So we're not too concerned, honestly. Counterspell in hand, Disruption Protocol. Maybe they are playing around their Thopters quite a bit. Alright, well, I'm gonna go play Gixian Puppeteer here. They don't have any mana to counter it. And then I'm gonna go ahead and no attacks. Next turn we can level up the Evolved Sleeper, drain the opponent, swing in. Can also go for the Throat. If I draw a land, I can go for the Throat as well. They might try and kill our Gixian Puppeteer, which is kind of sad, but not actually much we can do about that, unfortunately. Auto War, Evolved Sleeper. Okay. Well, we can kill your little Thopter mechanic there. Path to Peril. We can probably hold up the Path to Peril here. Let's like go for the Throat. Level it up once. I can kill their Thopter with a Loran here. Go ahead, do this. Yep, pay my life. Full attack. No blocks because they want to use it to help with their disruption protocol. They can tap an artifact instead of paying an additional one. Patchwork Automaton, what a strange brew you have there, sir. Can I play this and level up my Evolved Sleeper? I can. Our opponent has enough to counter this if they want. I have a second one in hand. Scatter Ray. Go ahead, level it up, swing in. What's our opponent gonna do? I mean, if I get to tick up my Evolved Sleeper here, I can start killing them. Or I can just do this. That's two. Don't have enough. And then I can go ahead and do this. That's gonna be lethal. Alright, let's go ahead, swing in. Double block, or they're going to have to block here. Ah, not drawing our Sheoldred here, but kind of just showing the power of Mono Black. Evolved Sleeper. Evolved Sleeper, what a crazy card. Get it on the board if they don't have removal. It's just a problem. You need something to be able to block it and kill it before the opponent just keeps spinning it up. Because we're able to grow it out of their reach. And then we saw Gixian Puppeteer drain them. We managed to draw both our Gixian Puppeteers, which is kind of strange. Now this hand is awful, but at the same time, we do have Go for the Throat on turn 2. I might go ahead and mulligan this to see if we can find something better. Yeah, I like that better. I'm gonna drop. Huh. Actually gonna go down the Go for the Throat because we have Path to Peril. I don't know if I'll regret that. No, I definitely don't regret that. If they're playing soldiers, this is gonna hit everything. Practically. There's a very good target for Path to Peril. Play a Spirit Companion out. Draw another card. Go for the Throat. That's an option. Probably will hold off and see if we can keep chumping them. Let's go ahead and block the Valiant Veteran. That card is really good. 2 mana for a Lord, and then it has like an effect in its graveyard. Crazy. Opponent playing more stuff out. Yes, keep overextending. I'm definitely just not holding a sweeper up. Does soldiers have a lot of card draw? They have Kayla's Reconstruction. Brutal Cathar, okay. That's cool. I can Path the Peril and go for the throat, the Brutal Cathar eventually. Yeah, we're gonna Path the Peril this turn. I've seen enough. Stop. Ka-chow. And then we can play this and go for the throat. Haven't top decked into anything of crazy value. I forgot they had that. That's a fun feature. Taking 6. Our opponent putting it all on 1, which is not necessarily something you want to do, but I don't have any mana. Like, what is there any 1 mana white spell to really get rid of that kind of stuff? I probably don't want to play Caves of Koilos, but I don't really have an option here. Ward pay 3 life? You're fucking with me. Oh, that's awkward. Am I dead? Like, I need it to flip. But if it flips, it gets rid of the Spirit Companion. I can play Love Song of Night and Day and play it on the 2nd chapter. So cursed. 2nd chapter. This way we have a blocker. It's very important. Because the Moonrage Brute is going to flip again, get rid of one of our... Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. We have enough mana to play Sheoldred and go for the throat. So that should put us in a good spot, or a better spot. My goodness. Soldiers just non-stop trucking. Oh, okay, that's what? Yeah, that's definitely an ape, sir. And now we get to have our fun. Hit 0. Play this. This is actually really great, because now we get a ton of value out of our Sheoldred. Thanks, bro. This was all made possible by you, good sir. Ah, thank goodness. One more land and they use the graveyard effect. It looks that's like what they're thinking about. We are holding on. Not Muriel! Please, mercy. Please, mercy. We'll go for the throat, Muriel. Yeah, you got greedy. Let's play this. Cause this, despite not being able to like hit anything on their board, provides us another blocker. Submit 0. I didn't realize it said up to. I was afraid when I was playing it one game that I had to like destroy one of mine. No attacks. End turn. Our opponent drains themselves. And we're just in the game now. Sheoldred, the life gain. Crazy. Yotian Frontliner. Can someone please tell me how that's pronounced? Is it Yotian or Yoshin? I don't know why it would be Yoshin, but I don't know. Not very bright, okay? Here, have a card. You know what? I am pretty fucking stupid because I should have played Gurgling Anointer before that, but it's fine. Oh, wait, this is 2 mana to channel? Oh, I have 2 legendaries. Our opponent scoops it up. They've seen enough. They've felt the Sheoldred before. They've seen this song and dance. And we were pretty well set up. We could hold this Loran's escape up until they go for our Sheoldred. They'd probably run into another Brutal Cathar or lay down arms, and it'd be pretty rough for them. And then we would probably top deck into another Sheoldred soon. We were about to cast our Takenuma, or channel our Takenuma to get something out of the graveyard. This deck. Sheoldred's busted. I remain on the Sheoldred is broken. Like, I won't be surprised if they actually ban Sheoldred. Um, I mean, I don't think, like, to be fair, is it beatable? Yeah. Um, but like Sheoldred and Haughty Djinn are like 2 cards that I just, too much. Don't really like where this is going. I think I'm gonna go ahead, play this, play into a Spirited Companion, draw a card. See if we can find. Oop, that's a card. That is the card the deck is centered around. We also have our backup Sheoldred here. Our opponent, though, they're playing the Haughty Djinn deck. Or what the Haughty Djinn deck is. Most likely? We're gonna have to tiptoe around counterspells in this game. We'll just play Concealing Curtains. Yep. I'm aware of what you're doing. You're holding up a Make Disappear. I have 2 mana. Yup. Yup. Beaten. Get him. Get him real good. Yeah, slip out the back, my Spirit Companion. You won't. Dang it. I was hoping they would allow me to draw another card and pump it. I think that counts as entering the battlefield again. Like that triggers another ETB. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know if it actually counts as another ETB. Oh, our opponent has the same pet as us. Let's go. I got this pet last year. Our opponent could have impulsed into a counterspell, so not really looking forward to this following turn, but I could have like a stifle type ability to stop our concealing curtains, but I'm probably just gonna flip the concealing curtains here. As much as I want to play out something else, I would like to know what they have in their hand first. This also gives us a 3/4 menacer, which is good. I think it's safe to say like concealing curtains and Evolved Sleeper are probably pretty good cards against mono blue. Like mono blue doesn't really like discard or hand interruption, so concealing curtains I would think is pretty decent. Ugh. Come on now. Opponent not wanting to show us what they're working with. Holy moly. Alright, well, I'm not going to really be able to do much about the rest of these, but you can keep your Tolarian Tear in the graveyard, good sir. I do not care. Can I out-tempo them out of space? I think so. Because also, eventually we'll probably get one of these cards out. 2 cards in hand. Hopefully none of them Haughty Djinn, because Haughty Djinn is broken. Yeah, I think it was definitely lucky that we found them with a Tolarian Tear because 1 mana. That's not enough to counter a creature. Oh, they didn't play a land this turn, did they? Yeah, you don't need the counter spell this turn. Just to discard the land. It's fine. Please let us get out a card. I just want to resolve the Geeksian Puppy. There is a land in the graveyard. Are they gonna play another land? Ooh, they're not. I don't think they're a big fan of what's going on right now. Looking at the Reeling Eye, hoping to bounce it. This blue deck, I don't think plays a ton of like super mean interaction, just counter spells. Ha! Well, I'm gonna play this. I don't think they have anything to counter it, for one. Yeah. There we go. Cool. Yep. There you go. There's the fading hope. Alright, well we're beating our opponent in the race. Come on now, Treebeard. Just find your haughty Jin and win the game that way. It's totally bounced. I mean, what am I talking about? I'm playing Sheoldred. To be fair, they just played a 2 mana Ward to 5/5. So, it's not like they're playing anything close to balance either. Our opponent here. Alright, I'm gonna play this. I just gotta get out their counter spells. If I can get this, I draw a card, gain a life. I need a land. I'm gonna go for it. At this point, we've lost because we didn't draw into like a land. So, our opponent in the tank about whether or not they want to counter it. Yep, that's all you have to do with mono blue. Just counter, counter, counter. Resolve. All you gotta do. It's all you've ever had to do. Bounce. We're actually play one of our Loran's escape here. I need this shit on the fucking ground. Give me a fucking land. Holy fuck. Oh yeah, my bad. Okay. I forgot we were playing the broken game. Play the fucking 1 mana 5/5 Ward 2. No other deck can do that. Like, there's no 5/5 Ward 2 for 1 mana in fucking, uh, you good, opponent? Are you good, opponent? Oh, whatever. Um, so I can go for Throat, their Insectile Aberration, and I would get it through. I think that might be the best play here. I could Inspiring Overseer, but it's not going to resolve. I could play Voice of the Blessed, and it could resolve. That would get us another creature on the board, but we're still feeling the pain from their flying fuck. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and target this. We can get this to resolve because they could counterspell it, but we're just gonna pay 2. They could sacrifice a creature, but at that point, that's kind of pointless. I mean, if they want to, we're fine with that. Because that gets one one big creature off the ground, which are harder to deal with in the insectile. And we can get rid of their last counterspell. They go for the pointless trade. We will take it. Resolve. Resolve. Decline. Okay. I think what we do here is we block with one of these with a revealing eye and give it indestructibility. I would like to kill them if I could, but I just don't have any life to do that. So. Go fuck yourself. Honestly. The deck's so fucking broken. So fucking broken. So fucking stupidly broken. Roll your face on a goddamn fucking keyboard and win. That's all you ever do with that deck. There's zero fucking brain cells that go into playing it. Oh yeah, you have to make some choices. Yeah, whether or not do I want to win. Oh, real tough one. Should have played Voices Blessed first, but it doesn't fucking matter. We're dead anyways. Could swing in here, and then block one of the Haughty Djinns, and block one of the Tolarian Tears, and then still don't win. If we just had, like... if we had one more mana and a, like, Spirited Companion, we could kill them. Because we would swing with the Revealing Eye, we would double chump block, take 5, and then we would play the Dixian Puppeteer, the land, and then the Spirited Companion, drain them for 2, gain 2. And then swing in for the Revealing Eye again. I don't think it matters what I do. An opponent with a bounce spell and a kill. Phase out. Fading Hope. That works. Congratulations. You won, Mono Blue. You're really good at the game. I can't with this deck. It is by far one of the most just broken decks. Haughty Djinn. A 3-mana 12/4 flyer that discounts your spells. What? What? Between that and Sheoldred, like, which one is worse? Which one's more like just game warping? I think the reason I hate Haughty Djinn more is because it has Tolarian Tear to go with it. I think that's like the big thing. Like Sheoldred, it has all mono black to go with it, but like mono black, like at least the other mono black cards work well in like other decks. For instance, we're playing like Evolve Sleeper, Go for the Throat, you can play in pretty much any deck that includes black. But like mono blue is just a cancer of its own. If our opponent kills it. Opponent doesn't immediately murder it. That's cool. I'll just pass turn. Want to get Voice the Blessed down and then play and firing it over Siri. Oh, I don't want to murder one of these, but I do actually. Okay, I could trade with an Evolve Sleeper, or I could just go for the Throated. That feels awful, but... go ahead, level it up. It doesn't really matter. You can play Inspiring Overseer. This would be a great time to top deck a Sheoldred. Looking at our Voice of the Blessed, thinking about cutting it down, thinking about cutting down the Evolved Sleeper. That is a cool pet. I don't ever remember seeing this. Whoa. Our opponent playing a very similar deck to our own. The pet is very fun. What the heck? It spins like so fast. Or like keeps like some speed. No blocks. I have no intention of reading. So my deck is cooler. Got him. Wow. Smash. We haven't gotten the Sheoldred combo off at all, I don't think. I can't recall. We've just been playing, like... Well, actually, that's a lie. There was that one deck, or one game, that we came back. Why can't I draw Sheoldred? I always see my opponents draw them. No. To be fair, there's just those few times where the opponent plays, like, perfect curve, plays a Sheoldred, you remove the Sheoldred, and then they play a second one, and you're like, please. Why can't I be that cool? That is a good card. I respect that play. Do I play this and just transform it? Yeah, I might, actually. Oh. I'm not a big fan of Soren, actually. They don't have enough to cast their Emperor at the moment. They would have to exile our Inspiring Overseer like this turn. Well, actually, they could wait until we attack in. That's fine. That's our card. uh, uh, ugly draw. Well, Inspiring Overseer is gonna hurt. Actually, it should be fine, because we, like, kind of net out to some degree with our Gixian Puppeteer. Opponent, wondering if they want to keep up the mana or just keep pumping into Evolved Sleeper. Legion to Ashes. What? It exiles. Didn't realize that. That's terrible. We didn't get the reanimation off of it. Alright, now we're in hot shit. That was not it. Ugh, that's so bad. We need a Path of Peril next turn. Oh my god. You can feel this deck being bad, thanks to the fact that we have Love Song of Night and Day and stuff like that in it. It's just not quite as good as playing Wandering Emperors and Wedding Announcements and Tenacious Underdogs. Opponent charging in with the Tenacious Underdog. We'll have a cool combo next turn if we draw a land. If No protection, we have to throw it out there and cry when they remove it with a cut down, and we die next turn. Not cut down. Go for the throat. Infernal Grasp. Anything. Legion of Ashes. Or Legion to Ashes. We are dead. If we survive this turn, like if Sheoldred survives, we have a chance of winning. If Sheoldred doesn't survive, which I am not feeling great at our chances as a white and black deck our opponent is playing. Owl the Dawn Scott. Okay. The Cave of Coilers. Alright. Do we just drain our opponent out here? We almost do. Oh wait, yeah, we just win. Good game. Holy moly. Oh, oh, oh. I was so worried. We drained them for 8 with 2 Love Song of Night and Days. They're not gonna have a 1 mana instance removal. And we get to drain them, and then they're gonna draw. Oh shit, man, they could have a removal next turn. Well, say la vie, whatever, we tried. We got to do the love song in Night and Day. Do they have an answer? They have an instant speed. Is it what they need to kill Sheoldred on their upkeep? If we drew a Loran of the third path, we would have, or what is it? No, the defense spell that we have, the one instant defense spell we had. If it was one of these cards in our hand, we would actually have a chance of just winning outright this next turn. Upkeep? Do they have it? Well, the trigger's on the stack, so they're dead unless they have life gain. Ha! Oh my goodness. Stealing victory from the jaws of death. Alright, I'll play one more with this deck. This was just a fun combo. Do I think this is a like competitive deck? I don't think so, but I think you could potentially make arguments for including Loran of the third path, like the Artificer. That's the deck art, the card that's displayed on the deck in the match select. We might have it in our hand, and then I can point it out. But I think this deck is competitive? I don't really think so, but it is a lot of fun. I guess we're playing mono black. Our opponent playing with a Liliana avatar. I wonder if they're playing black. Huh. Would you believe that? They're playing black. Actually, I think I'm gonna go ahead, swing in, hold up, and go for the throat. Don't need to level it up quite yet. Friends Mongrant Crown. Alright, well, okay, let's level it up. Resolve. Pass. My turn. Alright, I think I'm gonna... Wait, did I level it up here already? Oh, no, I didn't. Right. Next. Bam. Wish I could have held up the Gurgling Anointer there, but... Or, go for the throat. I think that's fine, just me putting all the value into the Evolve Sleeper until they choose to get rid of it. Okay. Now this is quite the question. Okay, we'll just play Gurgling Anointer. And then go ahead, swing in. Opponent here, probably with a cut down, eyeing that Gurgling Anointer. I would really like to draw protection for our Sheoldred. There, Sunder. That'll do it. Playing probably Jund Sacrifice, so maybe we wouldn't have actually a problem with Sheoldred staying on the battlefield. Well, We can hope it remains at least through their upkeep. It did. So we at least got 2 damage out of our Sheoldred. Yep, we at least got 2 damage out of our Sheoldred. Not very nice that they're exiling everything. It's kind of lame, honestly. We have opponent playing Removal Central, but they're getting beat down to 9 life. Waiting for the spider. Oh, okay, that's fine. Equipped it. Equipped it. Equipped it. Nope. How about no? How about no? Whatever that ad is. I think you know what I'm talking about. Aw, not quite enough mana to go full ham. Alright, end turn. Jinji. Now that was quite the card. My turn. Ooh. I think this is just lethal, right? Oh wait, no, they could get that back onto the board. Fuck. What do we draw into, actually? Oh, God. What is the right play? I am not sure. We could trigger Evolve Sleeper again, and then they have to block Evolve Sleeper. Junji dies, we get in um next to combat. This allows us to save the Go for the Throat for the Sheoldred that they're going to be reanimating. So I think this is the right play. As much as I hate it, I think it's the right play. Fuck. You good, son? I don't think that's what you wanted to do, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't. Okay. Oh, yay, yay. Here we go. Draw a card. Draw a card. Draw a card, gain a life. Alright. No attacks here. If they don't do anything, we easily kill them next turn. Son of a biatch. I don't think you really need to do the upkeep stop anymore, thanks to the fact they're wonderful programming. Ta-da! The power of Orzhov. It literally was nothing that had to do with any of our combo. It's just value on value on value. How did that battle even go? Like, I don't. They're playing. Okay, yeah, they just played nothing but removal and high expensive creatures, which is not a good plan. You need incredible amounts of 1 drops and 2 drops to win, for the most part. Unless you're playing, I'm talking a bunch of sweepers. Oh my goodness. That's a mythic, ain't it? What is it? I don't think I actually have any, to be honest. That's very cool. Alright, well, that's been Sheoldred Rain. I hope you enjoyed the deck. I hope you think the combo was cool. I know it's not like crazy out of, yeah, that was our first Liliana. I know it's not like crazy, like, oh wow, I would have never thought of that. Or like, well, I think some people wouldn't have like thought of it, but like, I think it's at least unique and pretty dumb in the sense that you're giving your opponent cards, but you're making them lose life. So, um, I think if you wanted to make improvements to the deck, you'd probably go ahead, cut. I don't know. Like honestly, I don't know how you could improve this deck without just like switching the focus of the deck. Uh, I think it strikes an interesting balance between like card draw and life gain. So, and I do like the functionality of Path of Peril keeps like our Inspiring Overseer, Gurgling Anointer, Loran of Third Path, and Sheoldreds, as well as sorry, and Gixian Puppeteer. Um, but I think like if you really want to go for like card draw and like draining your opponents, uh, well, card draw is in like you gaining life and draining your opponents, you probably just want to stick to Gixian Puppeteer, Sheoldred, and do like a blue-black. I know that MTG Goldfish. Oh, wait, okay. I thought I just looked over and this recording was like much longer. I was like an hour and 22? No. Um, but no, I was gonna say you probably if you want to do like a draw two kind of deck and you want to drain your opponents, you probably can just stick to Gixie and Puppeteer and look sort of at the MTG Goldfish draw to budget deck that Saffron Olive showed off in a video. Maybe I'll link it in the description if you're interested. I just thought it would be interesting to take it in Orzhov and show off the kind of combo with Love Song of Night and Day and Lauren of Third Path. It was really cool to get off on that. I think it was the fifth game. I don't know, the second to last one, I think it was, where he drew into two Love Song of Night and Days and was able to drain our opponent for eight, and then our opponent upkeep uh, died to Sheoldred. I think that's a perfect example of how Sheoldred can be such a menace, just standing there menacingly. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Uh, Hoping to release more videos on Brothers War cards or kind of cool combos in Standard. Uh, Brothers War cards in this deck were really like Gixian Puppeteer, Lorna of the Third Path, Gurgling Anointer, Go for the Throat, and I guess Loran Escape. Yeah, there's actually quite a few Brothers War cards in this deck. So hopefully you enjoyed. Uh, and I will catch you all next time. Have a nice evening, morning, night, afternoon, wherever and whenever you're watching. Ciao.